Nobody ever thinks that it's their kid that something's going to happen to, but I worry that if he was coming home by himself and somebody saw him by himself and he was vulnerable, I don't know what could happen.
Several years ago when my son was 9, he asked if he could ride the subway by himself, and my husband and I let him. I wrote a column about it, and 2 days later I was on the Today Show, MSNBC, Fox News, NPR. I had obviously struck a nerve.
What did you think about your mom letting you have this opportunity?
I was like, finally.
Nobody could believe that a decent mother would let her son go underground by himself and let him find his own way home. To me, it was letting him have a little independence that he was ready for. Thousands of blog posts later, I wrote the book Free Range Kids. I have a television show now called World's Worst Mom. That's me. So I started a business. Call me if you're really nervous and I will send your kids outside while I lock you indoors. It's as simple as that. And I've done it several times and it just works. It works because reality breaks through this gigantic fear that's been foisted down parents' throats that they have to be worried about their kids every single second. Leah and Rusty are from New Mexico. They're not native New Yorkers, but they've been living in a very lovely, safe, leafy part of New York City for the last year or so with their 2 children. And they remember their own childhood freedoms really fondly.
I grew up on about 3.5 acres. So we spent much of our days just riding the horses. We were always outside all day long. My mom would say, go do whatever you're gonna do, don't hurt yourself, and we'll see you later.
I was talking to my mom this morning. I don't remember her ever coming looking for us.
Contrast that with what is your son allowed to do now at 12?
I gotta say, he's on a much tighter leash than I was. I feel like my family's my responsibility, and it's difficult to put your kid's safety at risk.
Well, do you think you'd be putting his safety at risk? Because I'm not a fan of putting kids at risk. I truly am not. I mean, I'm actually a nervous mom.
Yeah. I worry that if somebody saw him by himself and he was vulnerable, I don't know what could happen.
They've been walking for a year. They're in New York City. So
yeah,
they know
fair
how to
enough.
walk. They've got the legs.
But
and you're not that far from a grocery. And it's still light out, and I don't think it's raining. Could we ask them if they're game? Would you be game?
Yeah, we can ask Leah and the kids and see if it's something that they want to do.
And it's something you're game for?
I'll be nervous, but if they're comfortable with it, I'll let them do it. You feel comfortable crossing the street?
Yes.
Using the street light?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
One of the reasons I think we're particularly worried about cars today is because we're with our kids all the time. And when you're with your kids, you look out for the cars, so it looks like your kids aren't paying any attention whatsoever. If you want your kids to be really safe, you can't do everything for them. You're not building a competent child.
Had you not specifically asked about it and had they not brought it up, I don't think we would have probably let them do this anytime in the next probably year. I think I see him coming.
Do you?
I felt a little bit out of control and, just hope that they were okay.
You know they're proud of you?
Yep.
You proud of them?
Yeah.
For what?
For letting us go and being brave enough to let us go.
Now let's toast. Yes. You propose the toast, please.
To letting our kids venture outside and spread their wings.
The sense at the end that look at my kids, instead of oh my kids, the fear gets replaced by this joy. And the kids are like, my parents believe in me. It's emotional.